Booyah! Episode 3 or 2, however you want to count it, of the arena. The arena of Audacity.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. We just went straight to the south.
I don't know where I went. Arena of Audacity, episode 3. Coming at you not live, not this week, because apparently YouTube has to have time to set that stuff up, and we have full-time jobs, so we can't just sit around and play around with YouTube all day.
It's okay. It's still just one take.
Yep. One take, no cuts.
No cuts, no edit. It's going raw right up.
Fucking Eddie Murphy's raw right here, motherfucker. That's what this shit's gonna be. So yeah, I am the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. With me, as always, Jay Spoon, Joshua Weatherspoon, coming at you.
Yes.
With the cameras and everything. What's up, buddy? What's up?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, I thought like a cat came in or something. I
No.
was like,
No. Then you would hear, "Oh, hi, baby girl."
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
Yeah. Those are my fur children.
Yep, nothing much is going on. This is our second week in a row of getting this going, so we're trying to stay consistent. Third week in a row, but I mean, you got to be on the Patreon to see episode 1.
Patreon
that doesn't exist.
It will go up though as soon as it does exist. So Tina, don't worry, we're getting there.
It's gonna happen.
Don't feel bad about me.
Well, it was a exciting weekend. If most of you folks out there probably saw it, because it was WrestleMania weekend, and it was back to a live crowd at WrestleMania as well too, or wrestling in general for the WWE. How'd you feel about that?
For the W?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm messing with my mic real quick. I'm seeing myself in the camera and realizing that I can't actually see my face, so trying to fix that.
Yeah.
You gotta see these
live,
beautiful face ish. All right, close enough. With live people, interesting take. I got to see night 2, so didn't get to watch night 1, which is fine. It's whatever. But night 2. I don't know. I mean, it felt natural. Watch the Super Bowl with people. That felt weird. But I think it was more weird over the fact that the NFL made it a point to point out all of these people that have made it basically their social media career to criticize people not wearing masks. And they were in a crowd barely wearing a mask, holding up a sign that said, "Drink Bud Light." Dilly. I mean, it was fine. I think the front row has paid off. Because there was a few guys that were getting way too excited over the dumbest things.
Okay. Maybe they were just excited to be there.
Maybe.
They were just like, you know what, hey, we haven't seen a live event in so long. You know, we're just gonna be wild.
You have a point. I could just be unfairly judging people right now. It was fine. The live event, or I guess live events that are kind of worrying me, although I don't plan on ever going to the States, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Texas Rangers are open at 100% capacity.
Yeah, because they're done.
Yeah, they had like 20,000, 30,000 people in the stadium for the first week of games. Cool. Go Texas, I guess. Everything's bigger, right?
Well, I mean, Texas was one of the first states to be, we're 100% open before, getting even 40% vaccinated in their state. So, look.
You have to cover up not having power and people freezing to death in the middle of the goddamn desert. You gotta have something to cover that up. So, why not let people just go back doing whatever they want? Even though apparently a lot of companies are still requiring masks, which good on them.
For sure. Well, because it's still, it's still a private business. They can have their own protocols and things like that. So, But back to the wrestling feats. Yes, just like you, I felt like that it felt good to have a live crowd back. I haven't actually watched WWE a lot because there was no crowd. It just felt really, really canned and very scripted at that point, because they can do takes over. So like if something didn't come out right, they can do it over. So it just having a live crowd, being that you can see there was a few botches that happened. There was a few slip-ups that happened. Sheamus almost killed Matt Riddle twice. One time off of the top rope, and then at the finish when he did the bro kick right to his face. So,
dude, when he flipped into it.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, though.
So, yeah, there was, you could tell some folks were a little rusty being live. Like, So
yeah, so you stopped watching because of the crowd was making things awkward, and it wasn't because WWE has dog shit writing right now.
Well, not really.
They have some dog shit writing right now.
Some of the aspects, yes, but I mean, some storylines were still pretty good. I like what they're doing with Roman Reigns, because you could tell Heyman's writing that.
Yeah,
you can tell Heyman has his hands all over that one.
Yeah, I dig the Reigns storyline.
So that storyline is 100% top notch. But yeah, there's a lot of other dumb storylines. I did like what they were doing with the Hurt Business. I don't like that they broke it up for no reason whatsoever.
And apparently, from what I've read and heard, nobody within the Hurt Business, none of the actual wrestlers asked for that.
Yeah.
It was Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Well, and then I guess it made the locker room sour as well too. It's like, why are we breaking up this faction for no reason?
Yeah, I think Shelton Benjamin said it best, where he was like, in the wrestling business, it's so difficult to find something that is so fun and so natural.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finally get it and the top brass decides to just get rid of it,
yeah,
he's like, that, it soured him,
yeah.
he said. Which sucks, because I've always been a Shelton Benjamin fan.
Yeah.
I dig his work outside of the WWE, and I wish the WWE would let him kind of just go and do his thing, because that man can go.
I felt like when SmackDown came back to live, and Shelton came back and during that, or when he was supposed to come back, and then he tore his rotator cuff, and then he was out for like 6 months, and then he came back, and then he got injured again, and then they kind of just put him in the background. I was like, okay, well, I guess they were just like, oh, well, maybe you're just too old to stay healthy or whatever. And then, yeah, his whole ride with the Hurt Business, and I feel like, MVP knows how to play the politics game in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows how to get these guys higher on the card than where, other brass was letting them get, because I don't think, Shelton or Bobby knew how to play that politics game. So they just were kind of just, okay, yeah, we can be here. But, I mean, Bobby came back and everybody was like, oh, Bobby versus Brock, that should be a match. Never happened still. Like, we still don't have Bobby versus Brock.
And apparently that's why he signed.
Yeah. Yeah, because, Brock was, the dominant champ, the money grabbing. He was it. It was supposed to be Bobby comes back, a legitimate guy is supposed to fight Brock and beat him. And then we never got it.
No. And still would be a good match.
Yeah.
And, of course, and then you got Cedric Alexander thrown in there,
mm-hmm.
who, he's a Heyman guy. So, of course, everyone that is now calling the shots doesn't like him.
Yeah.
And you're like, you have three of the most athletic guys and one of the best dudes on the mic with MVP.
Yeah.
And you break that up. What they should have done is they should have added Keith Lee to that.
Yes. That could have been good. See, and I can't remember what video I watched. It might have been Walt Coach, or I can't remember. But somebody made up a scenario where they were like, well, this can be how they can save it. They do the little breakup, swerve, and then all of a sudden at Mania, because they had that bounty out, somebody supposed to be able to take out, gosh dang, I can't remember his name now. Claymore?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, wow.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre before the match so that Bobby didn't have to wrestle. That was Bobby's bounty, Hey, take out Drew and you get a title shot. So, maybe have either Keith Lee or the rest of the Hurt Business, act like they're protecting Drew, but then all of a sudden turn on him before the match, and then he can't fight the match, but then he finds a way to make it to the match. So it kind of makes it so that Bobby's still the heel, but it kind of saves Drew so that he's not beating a clean finish where he was beating a clean finish for some reason. So
he went from the chosen one to nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been, because I guess, in full disclosure, neither one of us watch on Monday night.
No.
Neither one of us watch Friday night. We keep up on the dirt sheets and we watch some of the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
The big four mostly. I will not be watching them unless they're at your place, because I am not getting a Peacock account. I'm not supporting that whatsoever.
Yeah. But the only reason I got it is because I had the network, and then they were like, hey, guess what? We're going to cancel your network subscription because we're moving to Peacock, and you can get Peacock for some ridiculous.
It's $5.99.
It was like $5.99 for 6 months. I paid $6 for 6 months.
Oh, for the full 6 months.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Something stupid. Because I've been a subscriber since the network came out.
Yes.
So.
Almost day one.
Yeah.
Almost day one. We're almost Usoing this.
So yeah, there was something down. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. But yeah, there's a lot of outside of the other aspects like you're probably gonna get into, but you can't pause live events, you can't rewind live events. Like it's a step backwards, and even the network wasn't the best in technology. Mm-hmm. Like, but at least it allowed you to pause and rewind.
Well, and the best thing that they had was they tagged every video.
Yeah, so that was something new. That was something that they just brought out when they were starting to do that archive.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, well, people can't find things easily, so let's put the search bar in. And they revamped their whole thing from the garbage that it came out as, but you can still pause and rewind, to what it ended at. And I understand the business aspect of it. Like, hey, we're in a pandemic, we're not making a lot of money on ticket sales. What can we sell to get more money? Let's sell the network. And
it doesn't make any sense, especially considering that they had the catalog. They had the NWA catalog, the AWA catalog, the Mid-South catalog, the Carolinas. They had WCW. They had all those catalogs. I think they bought TNAs, but I think they just did that for AJ Styles promos.
Yeah.
And then you just sell it to Peacock, and I understand they got like $5 billion or something for it, but at the same time, it does not look good on WWE. But what I was going to say, though, with not watching Monday nights, apparently they are now booking two of Retribution to be Bobby Lashley's lackeys.
See, and I don't understand that. Why? So you broke up two groups that had, like, Retribution.
Retribution was a bad group.
In the beginning, it was good. Like, the whole, hey, we're going to cause chaos everywhere, and they should have kept that rolling. There shouldn't have been a face to the group. Like, when you threw Mustafa Ali in there, just because you didn't have a storyline for him, and you're like, hey, run with it, and he ran with it, but it's like, you should have just kept it a faceless group that just, you never knew when they would show up. They could show up on any show, and they would just wreck and leave.
Yeah.
They didn't need to have matches. You didn't need to sign contracts with Retribution. There was no point in that. There shouldn't have been. They should have never wrestled a match. They should have just been the chaos of the show. It's like, oh shit! All of a sudden, Retribution's here. Like,
yeah.
Maybe could have had like a match out of nowhere, and like a kind of like an old school hardcore rules. Like somebody shows up with the referee. It's like, hey, we're fighting right now.
Could be.
Like that could have worked, but no, they should have never had a face to that group.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded if they had keep Mustafa Ali as the leader, but take off the stupid masks, get rid of the stupid names, and just be disgruntled WWE employees. Like represent
Blaze or whatever.
T-Bone and Slapjack.
And God, just you could just tell that they did not want that group to freaking succeed.
Well, and it's because those two are what Dio Madden and Dexter Lumis, who look dope.
Yeah.
All right. Dio Madden has one of the best looks right now that's not being used in the WWE with the dreadlocks, and he's fucking yoked. Yeah. And then Mia Yim. They covered Mia Yim's face. Yeah. Like, why? They had her out there wrestling like she was an idiot. Like, she's a hell of a wrestler. So, they clearly didn't know what they're doing with that. And yeah, they broke up an extremely successful group and a terrible group to create a mediocre group that has Baron Corbin associated with it, which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah, and it's always Baron Corbin. It's always Corbin showing up to be a part of some group for no reason.
That man is somebody's nephew. I am convinced he is somebody's nephew.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, and this isn't to talk shit about Baron Corbin, because Corbin is kind of rubbing off on me like The Miz did. He's a solid
worker. He can work it out, but he needs something else.
He's got the wrong kind of heat. He's got the heat of, I don't want to see you on my TV.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't, this is the Roman Reigns, like, please end this match heat. Like, I don't give a shit who wins. I just want you off my TV.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sucks with the Hurt Business. It sucks what they're doing with, because it looks like they're keeping Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin as a team. You should have just, because it was, and I thought that the timing was actually kind of interesting, because I remember the Hurt Business came out, I think a little after, on the New Day podcast, Xavier Woods talked about how if the Nation of Domination was a group that existed in 2020, they wouldn't be heels.
No.
Like,
yeah.
If you go back and watch those matches and listen to those promos, like, these aren't guys that would get booed today.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's kind of the direction they were going with Hurt Business. Was like, this is kind of if Jesus Christ, Nation of Domination and Evolution sort of met up. This is what you would get.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. But I mean, all in all, everything is always drawn by merchandise with WWE. It's not whatever they like to tell you. It's not the crowd. It's not the cheers. It's if you can sell merchandise. It's merchandise first, and then if you can be able to sell yourself in the ring second.
Yeah.
So if you're not selling merch, then they're probably not going to keep you on. So maybe it was merch sales, but I mean, once again, how do you have merch sales in a pandemic when nobody's in the crowd? Like, WWE shop can only carry you so far.
Yes, although we've learned from the Young Bucks, you can make an entire career off of selling your T-shirts online.
True.
They are a T-shirt company.
True.
But Stephanie McMahon had an interview, I think some women's website a couple weeks ago, and they were asking her, like, what is driving it? And she says, well, we have data scientists combing over all of our numbers, combing over everything, and they're telling us what the people are responding to. And as somebody who works as an analyst on an analytics team, that is extremely upsetting to me. Because analytics wouldn't show. If analytics are showing that the Hurt Business is not making you money, then you're looking at the wrong thing. Because there is a piece of analytics that you have to take in general information, and you have to think about things from different viewpoints. And if you're just looking at the numbers and saying, well, ratings drop and the Hurt Business is out there. Okay, what time slot did you put them in? Did they have a match? Have they been winning? Have they been losing? Is this pre-Bobby Lashley going full heel turn? Like, who's making the promo? Who's in the matches? Everything like that. And I don't feel like they took that into effect.
Well, see, and then you can't even say that, because to me, Hurt Business saved Monday Night Raw when they were doing that Raw Underground crap.
Oh, my God.
They saved that. Like, without the Hurt Business, that would have been on for, like, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then they would have stopped doing Underground. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I can't remember his name. I think not Davo. Davo's the big dude with AJ Styles. The guy who saved Apollo Crews.
Oh, that guy.
General whatever his name is now.
The guy who looks like Prince or whatever the heck his name is, that was with Bad Bunny.
Oh, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Damian Priest. Yeah. Apollo Crews. You're telling me you went with a Nigerian? And I get that he's on a different brand, but somebody in the back legitimately thought to themselves, let's make this man, who I believe was born in Sacramento, raised in Georgia, let's give him a Nigerian accent. I mean, he's running with it. I'm not angry at him.
Just like you listen to the New Days podcast, and they were like, asking Kofi, what about Jamaican Kofi? He went into it. Hey, it's about the money. They're going to pay him the money. I'll do it.
I mean, Bo Dallas been sitting around for how long now, still cashing checks.
I mean, they're going to find out sooner or later, because that happened to who was that? Darren Young.
Oh, dude!
Out for so long, and then they did all those future endeavors one day on social media, and then a bunch of people were like, "Why is Darren Young still have a job?" And then they were like, "Oh, we were future endeavor, Darren Young." It was like he lasted for so long. I think they forgot they were giving him a paycheck.
I wouldn't doubt it. I think they've forgotten about Bo Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
Although one of the rumors I've heard is that Alexa Bliss's new character is supposed to have a tie-in with Bo Dallas.
Okay.
That's coming from, I think it was What Culture, so who knows if that's actually going to...
Who knows?
I mean, he's a good... he's a decent in-ring worker. He's a good character worker.
Yeah.
So I was hoping he would have made some sort of comeback in WrestleMania, because I'm a believer.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can do what like a few people have done so far. Maybe he comes back and steps back into NXT for a little bit.
He gets
his shine back, because he was shining in NXT.
He was the second ever NXT champion behind Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
He was an FCW champion.
Yeah, so maybe he needs to. I mean, I don't want to say he needs to, but in terms of his character, in terms of what they're doing with him on main roster, he hasn't had any shine on main roster. He's been kind of
Although B Team was hilarious.
B Team was hilarious, but I just say just take him back, let him soak in some NXT for a second. I mean, it's done pretty good for
Prince Pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even Prince Pretty as well too, but
Fandango.
Gosh dang it. The first ever Universal champ.
Oh, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, yeah.
Finn Balor, yeah.
Finn went back even though he didn't want to.
I thought he asked for it.
No, I think he kind of just fell out when the whole brand split thing happened, and Fox took over SmackDown. They were like, well, we don't got room for Finn anywhere, and so he just kind of went back to NXT.
Which that has got. I mean, not being in the business, I have no, and I don't know him personally. I have no idea if that's the case. I would feel super disrespected. Although I'm going back to a place that knew how to use me.
Yeah, and he had some amazing time with Keith Lee.
Yes,
that meme of Keith Lee just coming up behind him as he's doing the guns in the corner.
Yeah, dude. Keith Lee, man. See, this is the problem. Is that if you are a male wrestler in WWE coming up from NXT, just assume you're not going to get used.
Yeah.
Damian Priest was supposed to be this huge thing. Bad Bunny apparently he did a good job. I'm gonna give respect to Bad Bunny
for someone who probably never wrestled a day in his life. I mean, it looks like he took it seriously, put some time in to give him a little bit of training so that he can actually. And I'm not gonna give him a 5-star rating because John Morrison carried a lot in that match for him. But yeah, no, I would say out of the celebrities that have gotten into the ring, he's probably one of the top 5.
Way better than Snooki.
Oh, by far.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah, it's from what I've heard. When he found out that he had the opportunity to wrestle, he was legit asking guys in the back, like, "What do I do to get better?
Yeah.
How do I do these moves? How do I keep people safe? How do I keep myself safe?" So I got respect for him.
Yeah.
But Damian Priest, who I didn't like in NXT, coming up to to the main roster though, feels like a natural fit. He feels like an Elias situation. In NXT, Elias was annoying as shit, but on the main roster, he's hilarious.
See, I'm not an Elias guy. Like he's got a good look. He has some good work, but I'm not sold on his gimmick. I don't really. He's too much Jeff Jarrett for me, and I hated Jeff Jarrett. So, like, if he wasn't gimmick, I would probably like him more. But I don't like Jeff Jarrett. So.
I don't remember the YouTube channel, but there's a guy who went back and rewatched every TNA match from their beginning to now. His hatred for Jeff Jarrett. And he had a couple other videos about WCW that also he calls them slap nuts.
Okay.
I forgot how much I also hated Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
He was so annoying, and his character never changed.
Never.
Yeah,
never changed.
He debuted in 1994 for the WWF.
Yeah.
And then it's 2021, and if he had to wrestle today, it would still be the same guy.
The same.
Yeah. Yeah. He found a character when he was 12 and was never moving.
never getting off this. Well, see, and then he goes out and he buys wrestling companies, and they do well for a couple of months. He gets his money, and then they just tank.
Well, it makes a little bit of sense because apparently he does have a really good mind for the business, and his parents ran Memphis Wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's got a mind for the business. He's a trainer now in NXT. I think it's
I thought he still own a promotion like
GCW.
GCW?
No, GCW.
Or did it fold because it's Jeff Jarrett? He bought it, got his money, and then folded it.
He merged with Impact Wrestling.
Oh, weird.
And then sold Impact.
Weird.
To Sinclair Broadcasting.
Weird.
Yeah, so he got his money and ran.
Yeah, of course.
So no, I want to say he's in NXT right now, and I think he does. because it's Matt Bloom is the main coach, main in-ring coach, and then you have William Regal, who I think runs like the beginner promo classes and also like watches over the intermediate, because his friend Robbie somebody, I can't remember his last name, I think he just left, was like the in-ring finisher coach.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels, it sounds like, has taken over roughly the role that Dusty Rhodes had. He's like the late stage, these are our top guys, finisher promo classes.
Okay.
And I think Jeff Jarrett is somewhere in there with the promo stuff, or with like the ring psychology side of it.
Okay, I can see that. Well,
yeah.
I mean, Michaels is good. I mean, he's Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. So,
as much as, and that's the funny thing. As much as I hate Jeff Jarrett, and as much as I hated Shawn Michaels as a character, like you can't deny the man's work.
Now, did you hate Shawn Michaels because of the screw job? Or did you just hate Shawn Michaels?
No, I hated. Okay, no, I was a huge Rockers fan.
Oh, you hated Shawn Michaels because of the freaking Marty Jannetty.
Yep. Wow. That super kick through the window tore. Shit, what was that? 1992, 1993. That tore like 7-year-old me's heart out.
Oh my god.
I mean, but let's also be real though. I cried when Tatanka turned out to be the mystery man for $1 Million Man. My parents, I still remember it. I don't remember what pay-per-view it was, but my parents would buy the pay-per-view, sit me and my brother down on the couch, wait for us to get enthralled with it, and then go into their room, lock the door, and have sex. And Tatanka came out and took the money from $1 Million Man, and I remember banging on the door, crying, bawling my fucking eyes out. Tatanka's a bad guy! Tatanka's a bad guy! Oh, my dad was so pissed. He was like, "You cock-blocking motherfucker." Yeah, Mom had to come out and console me on that. And I was like, ah. Back when it was real. I stopped liking Shawn Michaels' character when he kicked Marty Jannetty. Because that was me and my brother's tag team. It was like them, and we were also Heart Foundation fans.
Oh.
Okay. So
Sean got you twice.
And Sean got me twice, man.
Marty Jannetty and then the screw job.
And then the screw job, because I'm a huge Bret Hart fan. Excellence of execution is, that's my dude.
So let's talk match of the night then. What was your match of the night? Well, because, I don't know, do we want to go both? You didn't see night one.
I didn't see night one.
So you missed out on probably, I would say, the better night per se.
I heard the first night was good.
Night one was good. And to me, it had match of the night because the Bianca Belair Sasha Banks match was by far the match of the weekend for me.
Was it just because of how emotionally charged it was, or was it because of the in-ring work? Like, did they?
The in-ring work.
I'm going to be honest with you. I do not like Sasha Banks' in-ring work.
So the in-ring work was really good. It wasn't more emotionally charged. I don't even think because the story wasn't even that much of a build-up. It was just like, oh, hey, I won the Rumble. I'm coming after your belt. Let's do it, basically. But no, it was the showcasing of, Bianca's strength versus Sasha's ruthlessness, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it was really good. It was by, like I said, it was match of the weekend for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say for second night, I mean the main event. Yeah, the triple threat. Triple threat I actually really liked. I also like the fact that they don't build Roman. As a babyface, Roman is almost untouchable. Mm-hmm. And even though he has matches where he's getting beat, he's going to make the comeback. Yeah. As a heel, they're doing the same thing, but for some reason it's more believable.
Well, see, and then it wasn't even his comeback. It was still, the Uce out there.
Yeah.
And taking all the dirty, doing the dirty work, doing the chair shots, taking the chair shots.
Yeah.
So that Roman could succeed. He was basically, hey, I'm going to just be out here and I'm going to do my thing. He was basically what Retribution should have been. He was out here doing his thing for Roman, basically.
Yep.
And Roman got the victory because, let's put it Edge and Daniel should have probably saw that, worked together for a little bit, and made sure that I can't remember if that was Jimmy or Jay. Made sure that Uce just was out. of course, he was out for a little bit, but like make sure he was out. Like put him out so that he couldn't come back in the match and then get back to business.
But I like the story that they told with the two of them. I mean, because they had Roman in the double finisher.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for the fact that they were fighting each other at that point, they could have taken Roman out.
Yeah.
They could have ended him in that match, and it would have just been the two of them.
Well,
so I like the storyline of Edge being so desperate to win, and Daniel being so driven to win, that it actually ended up screwing them in the end.
So yes, I like that. I don't like if they would have gone more into that, it would have been a wonky finish. Though it would have been a tap out by Roman, and they would have both had a submission on.
No, I don't think you could have. I don't think you could have ended it there.
Okay.
But it was the only reason why they couldn't basically disable him.
Okay.
Is because they wouldn't work together.
Yeah,
they can't work together.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. But yeah, no, I like I said, I love what they're doing with Roman's storyline now. Mm-hmm. The only way, and we both said this when we were watching Mania. I don't want him to fight Brock again. No, that does not need to happen. You can't have, even though it looked like Heyman was kind of not really in that match and not really for Roman in that match. I don't know what happened on Raw because I didn't watch it. But I don't want to see Heyman fall back and be like, oh, well, Brock is back. You're the head of the table. You can do your own thing. I'm going to be with Brock and be his advocate, and we're going to come after your belt. I don't want to see that. That doesn't need to happen. And I hate to say it, the only thing I really want to see is Rock versus Roman. And I don't want The Rock to win, though. I want Roman to go over and be the head of the table. Because he's been saying it. He's been bringing out, Sika, everybody else. He's running rickshaw over that heritage, that bloodline. The only one standing in his way is The Rock. So...
The Rock and right now Bullet Club, because Bullet Club right now is being run by Haku's son.
Okay.
So when you're talking the Samoan heritage, you've got half of them in New Japan right now.
Yeah, New Japan, and then one of them. I thought one of them was the other GCW or whatever.
Major League Wrestling. He's
MLW.
Yeah.
He's a heavyweight
Jacob
champ.
Fatu.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight champ over there.
And
he said he wouldn't sign. He's not going to sign with WWE because of what he's getting at MLW. So.
Oh yeah, no, they love him over there, and he gets to work on his craft while being exposed to not limited, but a niche group that understands. No, he's growing. So yeah, don't throw him into the deep water just yet.
So and if we're talking, and the way I'm talking about this, I know there's other people in that family tree that are out there. But I'm talking headliners, main eventers for WrestleMania.
Biggest of the biggest, The Rock.
The biggest of the biggest is The Rock.
Yeah.
So if you want to call yourself head of the table,
you got to beat The Rock.
You got to beat The Rock. You can't be the man unless you beat the
man. I don't, as much as I understand it, I don't want to see it. Because I love The Rock.
Yeah.
I love what he can do. But he is so popular and so over still.
Yeah.
That every time he walks into the ring, all I can see in McMahon's eyes is dollar signs. So he's like, oh no, of course we're going to put the title on him. It's The Rock.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then you do the whole Rock and Cena thing. Don't put the title on him. Let him lose the first time. Let him have that loss. And then Rock comes back in a year because he's built himself back up. And you can do a little whole training montage. Instead of in his Iron Paradise, he went back home to Samoa, and he's training there instead.
Running on the beach.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then you get match number 2. Roman doesn't even need to have a belt at that time. Just get match number 2 for Rock to come back and, reestablish himself.
See, and that's the other thing. I don't think this character works for Roman if he doesn't have the title. And I think I was saying that on Sunday. Okay. I was like, the only good outcome to that match was to have Roman win because his character, his psyche, physically he's strong. Mentally he seems fragile. If he loses that title, he's character-wise liable to go off the deep end.
So, but see, that's why The Rock comes back. See, let's. Okay, so
All
Rock loses his first
fantasy
time.
booking.
Okay,
fantasy booking time.
Okay, so Rock loses first time.
Okay.
And then Roman's like all full of himself. And, I told you I was the head of the table. I beat everybody. This, that, and another. And he loses. Whoever he loses to, doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Well, Tomas. We'll say that he loses to Tomas. Or Big E, because Big E's gonna probably get his push now that he lost the Intercontinental belt.
That's what I've heard.
So maybe he loses to Big E, and then all of a sudden, like you said, his psyche's fractured. Now he's all, instead of being head of the table and having that swagger, he's head of the table, but he's crazy. He's gonna be head of the table.
He's the Mad King.
Yeah, just beating up all his family at the time. He's beating up Paul Heyman. Paul might have to take a bump or two. Then that makes it so that, Paul maybe goes, all right, well, you beat The Rock, but did you really beat The Rock?
Paul
kind of thing.
His head.
Yeah.
All right. I can kind of see it, because a Mad King character out of him would be fun.
Yeah.
I think Roman could do a clear psychopath. Like, my world is crushed right now, and I'm gonna Targaryen this shit.
Yeah, maybe have Roman show up at one of Rock's premieres. Maybe beat down The Rock at his premiere.
I don't think he'd do it. I think The Rock keeps Hollywood and WWE way separate.
Yeah, but okay, so maybe it's a fake premiere. Who knows? Whatever. But that would be the insight into how you can get match number 2 after The Rock loses match 1. Outside of The Rock having, his pride and he needs to get back and this, that, and that. Why does Roman want match number 2? Match number 2 for Roman doesn't make any sense until something like that can happen.
He's got to lose to need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, hold on real quick. To deviate for a second, have you seen the new trailer for the new Fast and Furious?
I watched 40 seconds of it and turned it off because I don't want to get spoiled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen people get upset about it. How is this one upsetting people? Because it's the Fast and Furious franchise, to me, has lost the plot a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And
are they upset because Han is back?
I have no idea.
We need justice for Han.
I've seen I've seen people make comments say that they don't like it, and I'm just like, to me, this is, they're going back to LA. And then they're also mixing in the last one where they're flying, they're jumping cars and getting caught by jets and shit.
Well, Cypher never got caught.
This franchise the franchise needs to be shut down.
Well, they said didn't they say that on the 10th one they're going to the moon or to space?
What are they on now? Number 11, 12?
No, this is 9.
9?
Yeah. Shit. So they said the 10th one they're going to outer space.
Fuck.
It's been said. It's been
so they're gonna go full Freddy Krueger. Not Freddy Krueger. Jason Voorhees on this. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's hilarious too, because Jason X was in space.
Jason X was in space.
God damn it. God damn it.
All they need is Sigourney Weaver now.
Aliens.
When are they gonna bring Little Bow Wow back?
Do you want Little Bow Wow back?
No, but you're bringing everyone else back.
Was he really part of the crew though?
No.
But the only reason that
Han wasn't part of the crew.
The only reason that the white guy is coming back is because Han is technically coming back.
Oh, they're bringing him back?
I think so. He was supposed to come back 2 movies ago, but then Paul Walker was like, well, I'm the white guy of the group, so not really saying Paul Walker said that. I can't remember why he didn't come back.
Party's full, bro. They already got me. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just waiting because they got John Cena in this new one. I'm just waiting to have John Cena versus The Rock in their own movie with Jason Statham somewhere in the middle. Who, if you think about it, he's kind of the middle point between John Cena and The Rock. If you were to mash those two together, that's the child they'd produce.
Wow. So I want to know, because apparently it's been confirmed that, Dwayne's coming back for the next one as well, too. So, because apparently we can never kill off anybody in this franchise. Every villain is still alive except for the dude that got shot on the bridge by The Rock. But every other villain is still alive.
I mean, who's actually dead in this franchise?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, because even then,
Yeah, because the grizzled guy from the first one's living in Brazil with his wife.
No, he died.
He died? So he's dead.
But he died.
Gina Carano's dead.
Yeah. Is she? How'd she die?
I don't remember. It was, look, they had a 47,000 mile runway.
But still, that's allegedly how Giselle died. But I don't think she's dead either. Because that's how Shaw's brother died. But he's still alive. He's just Scarface now. So I'm sure, at that point, Giselle's going to come back and they're going to be like, oh, no, she was alive. She just, we just had to lay low with her.
This is the MCU. Nobody dies fully.
So, yeah, I don't know.
We're going to have a new portal opened up and then it'll be like, we're the family from Earth 707. Cops came into my home.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that looks ridiculous. I'm going to watch it.
Oh, no.
But it'll be under protest.
I can't not watch those movies.
No.
Because they started back, in 2001. So they're embedded in my DNA now. I have to continue the franchise.
Yeah.
No matter how deep and ridiculous it goes.
It's unfortunate, but Fast and the Furious, Crazy Town's Butterfly, and Janko Jeans are never not going to be part of our lineage.
Oh, God.
As much as we are tax-paying, responsible adults with mortgages and car notes and, family and all kinds of stuff, unfortunately, our upraising, our pop culture is always going to be terrible as shit.
Yeah. I mean, we got some greatness out of it, but then, we still got Fast 24.
Yep. And Jackass 3.
Ugh.
Not going to watch that either.
Yeah, never did.
No. So, I mean, the first ones were funny. When you're 17 and you think it's hilarious to kick people in the nuts.
Yeah, that was never my kind of comedy. I never liked that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're always maturer than us. How dare you?
Oh, my God.
What, you're a grown-up and shit? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah. So, WrestleMania was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, we talked about Match of the Night. We talked about, I talked about the crowd.
Mm-hmm. You said you had a music question.
So I did, because this came up in one of my groups I was in. It was like somebody's little TikTok or something, and it rubbed me just the wrong way. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Here we go.
Is there a song, group, or person who you feel, in your mind, people cannot try to remix, redo, or imitate on?
So you're saying, is there a band that is so legendary in my mind that even trying to attempt covering them is just a foolhardy move?
Yeah. Well, I'll make it broader. Like I said, either a song, a group, or just a regular artist by themselves.
I'm gonna go with two. There's two that come to mind. There's a third, but no, I'm gonna go three. There's three that I can think of.
All right.
All three have been covered.
Yep.
I can't find a single cover I like.
Okay.
And it's because their sounds are so unique and so them that just attempting it seems like a bad idea.
Okay.
Because it's just a bad idea. So the first one that comes to my mind is Queen.
Yeah.
So if you can't sing like Freddie Mercury, if you can't play like that band, if you can't sound exactly like them, unless you're a bar cover band just looking to have a good time, don't touch it.
Okay.
This isn't yours.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Journey has the Asian guy. Who replaced Freddie Mercury now in Queen?
Oh, the dude from American Idol.
Okay, yeah, I remember now. Because they saw him on American Idol, like, hey, we need you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's whatever. Brian May wants to keep the band going. I get it. I don't think it's a money thing. I think they were smart with their money, so I think it's more of a we just want to get out and perform in front of people type thing. But it's not the same.
Yeah.
Second, Rush.
Okay.
And only because they were three of the most talented musicians to have ever gotten popular in the mainstream. There's more talented musicians around at the time.
Okay.
For example, another a band on the same level as far as musicianship, the band Yes. Fantastic band. Mm-hmm. However, Rush, though, signature sound. Okay. If you have the talent to cover them, you're going to try to over talent the situation.
Fair enough.
So, just don't try on that. Third, which is I only 80% believe in my own mind, but only because they constantly reinvent themselves. They're not resting on their laurels. Also, favorite band of all time. So I would just I would appreciate if people just stepped off. Metallica.
Okay, all right.
What about you though?
Metallica. The only thing Metallica is Lars is my only gripe with Metallica. But whatever, because we can't have Napster out there. Band's got to get paid. Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
that is a debate we can go down because. Yeah, it's the music landscape has absolutely been flipped on its head. And the only people getting paid right now are the record labels.
Yeah.
So, but who's yours?
So my one and only is the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yes. Because of the fact, so this TikTok that I saw made it more in your face on why you should never try to imitate him. Because the three gentlemen who tried to do it, they were, singing this song and trying to remix it into their own song, but it was just heavily auto-tuned. It was heavily produced. Like, it was really, like, okay, if you're going to use his lyrics, sweet. Use his lyrics, put them into your own song. That's cool. Mm-hmm. But don't try to imitate and try to be him when you can't. When you have to heavily rely on production and auto-tunes to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, the way that when, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure you're privy to this, but the way that, Michael put his songs together where he did all of his vocal tracks that he needed to do and then layered them all together so that he created that music was astonishing. Like, he didn't use any auto-tunes, none of that production was there for him. It was him, and him creating his music. So
there's an interview that I saw a few months ago that somebody was saying that he could vocalize every instrument on the song.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So when he was it was one of the solos, I think maybe in Bad, he's trying to describe it to the guitarist, the session guitarist that they brought in, and he's going there and he's doing the beat and he's singing his part and he's got the bass line, he's doing all that, and also he breaks down into the solo.
Yeah. And
the guitarist was like, "Oh, I know exactly what you want." Like, okay, no, I'm just gonna do that. And he's like, yeah, just do that. And he's like, yeah, no, I yes, Michael Jackson, for all of the personal shit that he may or may not have done, as a performer, the closest I think you're ever going to get to that again is going to be a Bruno Mars, but I don't think Bruno's ever going to touch those heights.
No, and I think more Bruno Mars. I think more Prince with Bruno Mars, and I mean, and now we're gonna probably see this in the comments between the debate between Michael and Prince. Look, I'm a Michael guy, not a Prince guy. Prince is still great, but Michael's the king of pop for a reason.
Michael Jackson versus Prince, in my mind, is akin to Metallica versus Megadeth. and I say this with the utmost respect for all four of those musical groups and artists.
Yeah.
Metallica has constantly wanted to reinvent themselves, whereas Megadeth, they found their sound, and they just completely just tuned right into that.
Yeah.
And for me, Michael Jackson was always I'm going to explore.
Yeah.
Every genre is every genre. I don't know what that was. He's going to explore every genre, where Prince was like, I've got my signature sound. I'm going to fine tune that until nobody can do it.
Yeah.
And both are respectable to me.
Yeah.
They're both on equal footing in my mind.
Most definitely. And, I mean, Prince gave us a lot of people too, especially Carmen Electra.
Thank you, Prince.
So yeah, but yeah, no, it's just there's levels to it, and Michael is on that next level. Like I don't know why people keep trying to redo his stuff. To me, it's not. You shouldn't do it.
No, so like even covers, like you just feel like if you're like unless you're gonna completely change it, don't try it. Or
yeah, because I mean I never liked that Alien Ant Farm cover either.
That's what I was gonna ask. So I love that song. That turns 20 this year.
Oh God, Jesus. Yeah, I never liked that song. So
oh man,
I heard it. I don't think I've heard it all the way through once. I think I've only heard bits and pieces of it, but no.
Really?
Yeah.
Missing out, man. It's a great song.
I mean, I know I heard it the first time.
Oh man. Yeah, there was some band. I don't remember which one recently. I think in the last year or two did a cover of Dirty Diana, which wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. But that was the thing is that when I heard that song and I couldn't think of the original, and then you go back and listen to the original and you're just like, oh fuck,
yeah, And I want to say, even when you listen to the original, unless it's the music video version, the studio album version is the live version of Dirty Diana.
Is it?
Yeah, and that's what you can't really tell with Mike. His live and his studio are just, I mean, unlike what we saw at WrestleMania, where, oh God, that live performance was garbage. Who cleared that? And nobody did. Nobody listened to it. Even in soundcheck, you didn't go, you know what, maybe we should go a different direction. Maybe, can we get Bad Bunny out here real quick? Or something. Nobody. But
that was so terrible. I feel so bad for her, too. I don't know if they had, what was it, Ash Copeland?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know if they just didn't. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Is that how she sounds live all the time?
Maybe she was sick or something, but oh my God, that was one of the worst live performances I've heard.
That was terrible. And we saw Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes, we did see Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my God. Didn't even know who that guy was. Jesus. Yeah.
If for people who are wondering, we went to an actual WrestleMania. We had to experience that live. So, one of the bucket list things checked off.
Oh, dude. It was, yes. Yeah. We could have died after that. We didn't, thankfully. We're still here that we're aware of.
Yeah.
Could be in the Matrix. Could be dead. Who knows? Yeah, we were at a WrestleMania. That was dope. Going with Michael Jackson though, keeping with that, it is something that I've noticed, and this doesn't seem to be a coincidence at all. But especially in the rock era, genre.
Yeah.
It always seems to be the bands who can consistently put on not just entertaining shows, but good sounding shows are the bands that stick around. I've never heard anyone complain about Seether.
Yeah.
Never heard anyone complain about Papa Roach.
Yeah. Good entertaining, good sounding shows.
Yeah. And they never have an off night from what I've heard. Linkin Park. I remember having a bunch of friends seeing Linkin Park in the early 2000s. And one of my friends in high school actually wrote an article in the school paper about how he was pretty sure that they were either playing to nothing but backing tracks or the Robots. He's like, because it sounded exactly like the CD. And but you get those are the performers that have the longevity. And Michael Jackson, Papa Joe beat that into him. So I'm not advocating that that's how you raise superstars in this world. I'm just saying we have a few examples.
I'm gonna need you to move that brick pile.
Yeah.
And move it again.
And then move it again.
Go get that Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want to play guitar? You want to play guitar? Hope you're ready for your hands to bleed.
I mean, Jesus, Tito, you're not talented, but we got to put you in the band. It won't sound right with the Jackson 4, but just get up here.
Someone's got to play the bass. And then we're going to hand it off to James Jameson. That man.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no, you're right. So, a good example of that is, who was it? Was it Hoobastank or Incubus? One of the two. I think might be both. Great studio band, terrible live.
I can see Incubus being that way. Although I've heard people. Oh, so Incubus. Now that I'm saying this, I had a coworker who was hugely into them. They played Reno, and I heard nothing but complaints about it. She came back saying it was fantastic.
Yeah,
but it's like, you're a fan.
Yeah.
You know who's? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. So one person I do want to be rooting for, and I know you're gonna probably hate me for this, was Scott Stapp got his voice back.
Did he now?
Yeah, he actually sounds like old Scott Stapp.
So he found the booze.
No, I didn't find the booze, and I think that's what killed his voice the first time, is the booze and the drugs.
I mean, more than likely. I mean,
so no, he has his voice back. He actually sounds good live again. So maybe he can actually pull it together more.
I mean, I know it's your boy, so I'm not gonna talk all kinds of crap, but it's Scott Stapp.
I mean,
with all the wide open.
Oh Jesus!
Under the sunlight.
All right, calm down.
Look,
you were gonna say
I was gonna say the best live, and I'll ask you the same thing. Best live performance I have ever seen, hands down. 2 years ago, I saw Nothing More at Ace of Spades.
Okay.
I'm gonna look directly in the camera for this. If you have never heard of or seen the band Nothing More, do yourself a favor and look them up. Any song. Literally any song. Just listen to it. They were a half hour late getting on the stage. They played like a 2-hour set. We were the second to last stop on like a 9-month tour.
Okay.
They put on the most hyped, best sounding, craziest show I have ever seen. And I got to see Metallica with the San Francisco Orchestra.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. If given the choice between the two again, I'm going Nothing More.
Wow.
Yes, it was absolutely phenomenal.
Okay.
They destroyed it. Best live act you've ever seen.
Oh, best live act I've ever seen. Now, was it? Yeah, no. I would have to say, because I got the pleasure and the privilege to see Metallica at BlizzCon one year.
Oh, shit.
So that was probably one of the better live acts I've seen. I haven't really... Well, it's been a while since I've seen a live act, too.
I mean, that's a good point.
Every other live act that I've seen has either been in a very small venue or not that great. And I'm not saying BlizzCon was a large venue. That's inside of a convention center. So that was still really good for... And a lot of people give Metallica a gripe about being back on BlizzCon this year on their digital event. And then most people couldn't see it when they were watching it on Twitch because of DMCA.
Oh my God.
Lars. But
in a roundabout way, yes, Lars fucked that up for them.
So yes, I mean, what did you really expect when you have musical guests on, especially in Metallica, and not expect
Twitch?
Yeah, and not expect something to happen on Twitch where you should have just watched it on Blizzard's website when it was on there for free, anyways.
When Herman Lee of Dragon Force gets kicked off of Twitch permanently for playing his own music. Yeah, that fucking Twitch. Fucking Lars.
So yeah, no, that oh no, and then okay, so I guess the other one would be a different BlizzCon because who was there? It was Dave Grohl.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he did a BlizzCon that I went to.
I still need to see Foo Fighters live.
And he was there, and I don't remember if it was the full Tenacious D or if it was just the bald head guy from Tenacious D, and I can't remember his name now. Kyle. But he was there with Dave Grohl, and they tore it down that year.
Yeah?
Yeah. So that was a great live show too.
Dave Grohl to me seems like just the consummate performer when it comes to like rock.
Yeah.
Like something may go wrong. Dave Grohl's gonna entertain you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's got you covered.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And sometimes it's like, oh, the crowd isn't really into it or whatever, but it's a bunch of gamers. What do you expect? It's not gonna be. It's not a rock crowd. It's not a They're there to entertain and enjoy, and if they're not leaving, then you're doing your job right.
Yeah. So, if people aren't booing and not walking out, we're good. Yeah, that I'd have to say a close second, very close second. I saw Chris Stapleton live, and I know you're not a country fan, but I think you would dig Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
Not all of his stuff, but he has a very old school R&B influence to some of his songs. I mean, he writes for everybody.
Okay.
He had a couple songs he wrote for Adele. He's had songs that he has sold to like pop singers and R&B singers.
So he's the baby face of country?
Probably. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's all over the place. And to my understanding, the Chris Stapleton albums are basically these songs that he either likes too much to sell or the ones that he didn't get a good enough offer on. So he's like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to release them myself. And he, was it Lost in Vegas?
Yeah.
Those guys have reacted to quite a few of his songs. And they were the ones who pointed out to me, because he does those like old school R&B runs with his vocals.
Okay.
That he's got some R&B to him.
Got it.
But he saw him in Wheatland. It was...
hot.
Fuck. This was the end of July. This was 2017, end of July. It was, at 10 o'clock when he was, I think he took the stage at 9, so about like 9, 10 o'clock, it was, I think still 100 degrees out. Sun been down for like 20 minutes, and we're still just, we left with just fucking sweat rings. It also took us 3 hours to get out of the parking lot, but, yeah.
Sure, you gotta leave early. You didn't learn from WrestleMania? Look, when the fireworks are about to go, you need to be out.
I'm not leaving.
You're getting stuck.
I'm not leaving early when Chris Stapleton is on stage. I'm sticking around. We just sat in the truck with the AC on.
And not chat, guys. Yeah, I think I'm Twitch streaming right now. Sorry. And for the people in the comments who are going to think that we left WrestleMania early, we didn't.
No.
We watched the cash-in. We saw the match. When we saw the finish coming, we started climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
Once we saw that the fireworks were going off, we then left the arena.
Yeah. No. And we've learned individually. I personally learned because I went to the game 163 between the San Diego Padres and the San Francisco Giants in 2010. Winner gets in the playoffs, loser goes home. My dad and I went. We left at the 7th inning stretch. Should have stuck around because they hit like 2 or 3 other bombs, and I guess the AT&T Park went fucking nuts. Weren't really baseball fans at the time. Weren't definitely not Giants fans at the time. We actually thought about getting Padres gear and showing up to troll everybody. But it was fun, and that was the game that actually got me into baseball. But yeah, that you don't leave early, and if you're leaving early, just stick around long enough at least on the stairs. Yeah. Oh, because also speaking of not leaving early, going back to the wrestling.
Yes.
We've been to quite a few wrestling shows.
Yeah.
So we'll end it on this. Most memorable moment.
And for the live shows we've been to?
For live shows that we've been into, yeah. What's
for sure, most memorable moment was CM Punk coming through the crowd in Sacramento. Because he went up to the section where one of my friends were, and she got the video of him punching the dude because he tried to push him.
He punched the wrong dude, though.
Yeah, he punched the wrong dude, but anyway, somebody tried to push him.
Don't put your hands up.
And yeah, you don't put your hands up out there. And then he came, when he was coming back down through, he came right behind us. So
in front of us.
Yeah.
He came right in front of us. So yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Because that night, he's cutting a promo. Mm-hmm. And if anybody can find this, I don't remember the date, but he was in Sacramento. He's cutting a promo. They cut to commercial. He gets the cue from the camera guy, and he starts cutting a full heel promo on us.
Yeah.
Talking about how much he hates Sacramento.
Yeah.
And I yell out, best in the world, because that was his thing at the time. Yeah. I yell out, best in the world, and he stares fucking daggers at me and goes, I don't need you to fucking tell me that. Oh my god, he's never going to listen to this, but if anybody could ever get this to CM Punk, to Phil Brooks, I think this is his name, Phil Brooks. Yeah, that's his real name. Bro, best in the world, You made my fucking night, because when he came after the show's done, he goes up in the crowd, he gets hit in the back of the head, he punches dude. Cameras had already cut at this point. He comes walking down and he's clutching the title onto his chest, and he walks directly in front of us. And I look at him. I'm gonna go back in the camera in this one, and I go, "Woo! Best in the world, baby!" This dude looks me right in the eyes. He's clutching the title, and he goes, "Not tonight, bro." Oh man, yeah. Close second had to be getting we're at another show at Arco, and Cody Rhodes, when he was part of Rhodes Scholar.
Oh yeah.
When he had the mustache.
Yeah.
And you were trying to get a Cody's mustache chant started, and this was his second match because he did main event.
Yeah.
And then he came out for Raw.
Yeah.
And you tried to main event to get a Cody's mustache. I just don't think there was enough people around you.
No.
And then he comes out for the second match though, and he's on. We're second row, hard camera side, and Damian Sandow is on the corner next to us. Cody Rhodes is on the other corner, and I look over and I yell, "Hey Cody, your mustache is majestic." And he does one of these. He goes,
"Yeah,
best moments, man, right there, right there."
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of good Sacramento moments in the old arena. Like the Shield came by.
Oh my God!
When we were on
actual
camera side.
I thought Roman was gonna hit me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were standing down the aisle. So, I mean, what is he gonna do?
I mean,
he's trying to get to the ring, get out of his way.
And you question sometimes. So I would love to be able to stand next to CM Punk just to see if my memory serves me correct, because I felt like I was looking eye to eye with CM Punk that night. And he's billed, I think, at like 5'10", 5'11". I'm 5'7" with no shoes on.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was fucking towering over me.
Yeah.
He is every bit of 6 whatever they bill him as. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I think we got the Mike Chioda chant started.
Oh. He tried to get us to stop.
He did. He tried to get us to stop. It wouldn't happen. And then
we got a 3MB chant started.
3MB chant. And they were like, "Where are the heels?" Yeah, we don't care.
Jinder Mahal during a commercial break, Jinder came to our side. We were like 5th row back, and the whole section is rooting for 3MB. And he leans up against the wall, breaking kayfabe completely. He goes, "You guys know we're the bad guys, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, well, we love you. You're 3MB." And he's like, "No, we need you to boo us." Yeah. And we were like, "Nah, screw that." And then they went to the other side of the ring because the other side would boo them.
Yeah.
Like, you jackasses. God damn it, Jinder.
And then Sexual Chocolate chant with Mark Henry was there. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. So.
I'm really looking forward to any wrestling at this point. Coming to Sacramento. I'm down to go check it out. I don't want to be standing next to a bunch of strangers, but I miss being in those crowds.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, hopefully they do, because it looks like they had a lot less people. Because, when we went to WrestleMania, they had lawn chairs upon lawn chairs on the floor where people couldn't even see.
Oh, dude.
But it looks like this time around, they made it so that it was a little bit more like a regular kind of, if you took an arena crowd and put it into that stadium, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So, like, hopefully, if they do live events, and if it's still, sometime in the next couple of months where we're still kind of getting over COVID, they're keeping the numbers down where they're not at full capacity, I would go. If it was like, oh yeah, we're going to spread people out a little bit, I would do that.
Well, we're about to see how California's going to look, because the Kings are allowed to, and I think all basketball teams in California are allowed a certain percentage starting on April 20th.
Yeah, they're starting with opening up for first line and healthcare workers, which is cool. I like that.
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I can't watch them anyway at this point, so they're they're on a 7th game losing streak. Get your shit together.
What did you expect? It's the Kings.
I expect future Rookie of the Year Tyrese Halliburton and future MVP De'Aaron Fox to get it together.
You mean future MVP when he's on another team? Because they're not going to come on. It's the Kings. They're going to end up trading him in 2 years for some mediocre, over-the-hill vet who they believe is going to be the piece they needed, but then they got rid of their other pieces.
So that's been episode 3 of Arena of Audacity. We're going to end it at that.
Oh, struck a nerve.
Struck a nerve, sir. Anyway, legit though. That's been episode 3. Hope you guys had fun. De'Aaron Fox is going to retire a king. Yeah. Just get over it. We definitely need to get lights.
He's going to be in Phoenix.
That's it for tonight. I'm the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. He's some jackass.
All right.
He's Jay Spoon. I am the fat fella. You guys take it easy.
Peace out, everyone.